What's going on, everyone? Bran here, and I'm about to give you the bloody breakdown on an upcoming It prequel series. Ever since It Chapter 2 came out back in, 2019, I believe, we've been hearing, as a matter of fact, I reported on some pretty serious rumors at the time, years ago, like I said, that there was the potential for an It Chapter 3. You kind of see these things happen with a successful franchise, and It really did come back in a big way financially in the 2017 and 2019 films, regardless of how you feel about them. But It Chapter 3 is just simply not to be, but what we do have is news of a prequel series coming to HBO Max. So this is interesting because there's actually a lot of good projects on the horizon coming up over at HBO Max. Just recently I did a video on The Evil Dead Rise, which is one of my most anticipated films of 2022, and it's going to be released on HBO Max. This is going to be released on HBO Max. I know there's a couple of others that I can't remember off the top of my head here, but there's some pretty interesting stuff, especially if you're a horror fan, coming to that streaming service this year especially. And apparently, according to this article, into the future. The series is currently titled Welcome to Derry and is going to take place in the 1960s, in the time leading up to It Chapter 1, and every article that I've read on this has been pretty specific about it being Part 1, as in the 2017 film, so this will be a prequel to those films specifically, just in case there's no confusion that this is a prequel to the Tim Curry It. This is very much, according to everything that I've seen, in the new timeline. So, yeah, like I said, going to be taking place in the 1960s, leading up to It Chapter 1 from 2017, of course. And one thing when I saw that it was going to be taking place in 1960 that I was kind of disappointed in is that kind of rules out in a lot of ways that It origin story. But according to at least Variety goes on to say the story is said to include the origin story of Pennywise the Clown. So, at least according to Variety, that is one topic that is going to be tackled in this series, which is very interesting to me because, to my knowledge, it's never been done anywhere outside of of Stephen King's works. So it's going to be really interesting to see it actually on the screen come to fruition. Andy Muschietti, who directed It Part 1 and 2, is currently attached to executive produce, as you kind of see that being the mantle that's taken up a lot of times when these scenarios go down. You know, they kind of return to the series in a bit of a lesser capacity, but they still have that name in the credit there to go along with it. So of course, he's going to be joined by Barbara Muschietti and Jason. Is his name Fuchs? Is this guy's name Jason Fuchs? Like, I'm looking at Fuchs. I'm going to call him Jason Fuchs. Okay. So according to sources, the Muschiettis and Fuchs developed the story for the show, with Fuchs writing the script. So you got a fuck of a script here, folks. Let me tell you. Andy would also direct the first episode should the project go to series. The writer's room is now open. Warner Brothers Television is in the studio behind the project, or is the studio behind the project, rather, and WB having produced the two films, obviously. So yeah, you know what? I feel good that Andy Muschietti's back a part of this thing, but I'm really excited to know the one and only Jason Fuchs is on top of this. I can't wait till someone in the comments lets me know that that's not how you say his name, and that I'm totally mistaken here. But until I know otherwise, Jason Fuchs is writing the It prequel series coming to HBO Max. So, no casting news at this moment. So we don't know who's going to be portraying Pennywise the Clown. I guess you can take make your predictions based on this being a prequel series to the current timeline. I don't know if Bill's going to be back, but I guess we'll see. So yeah, I guess that's going to be it about now. Everyone rest easy knowing Jason Fox is on top of this. And more news will come, I'm very sure, because this is a very interesting project. I'm very interested to see. I'm a fan of it, the franchise. I have read the novel. I have seen the old series, the made-for-TV series with Tim Curry, and I've seen the new films. But it will be interesting to see something new on film. Whereas the Tim Curry and Bill Skarsgård's were the same story with the Losers Club. So it will be interesting, at least in my estimation, to see Pennywise outside of that same scenario on film. So yeah, let me know what you all think about this down below in the comments section. While you're there, leave me a like if you've enjoyed it, dislike if you didn't. You can go fuck yourself, by the way. And yeah, subscribe maybe if you're still here. And check the description section. There's a link to my Twitter if you'd like to follow me there, and a link to support the channel further if that's something you'd be interested in doing. So, with that said, I'm Bran, and you've just got the bloody breakdown on an It prequel series.